down in the lion's den, peaceful. Peaceful because God had sent the angels. The psalmist reminds us when he says, and the angels will have charge over you. God sends us the angels to have charge over us in difficult times. While Daniel rested, the king was anxious, couldn't sleep, refused entertainment, wouldn't even eat all evening long. But at the crack of dawn, he gets up and he's running down to where Daniel is because he wants to know, does this God that Daniel trusts, is this God true? Another thing we can learn from Daniel is that sometimes our test, the test that we go through, may not always be because we need to depend on God. But God might be just using us to show that others can depend on God as well. King Darius, all the governors, all the high-powered people began to see that God is faithful, that God can be trusted, and that God is true. For as the king began to holler out to Daniel, "Oh, Daniel, did your God rescue you?" And the call comes back, "O king, long live you, for God has found me innocent, and so have you." When we live those exemplary lives, it doesn't matter if humans don't find us innocent. When God finds us innocent, that's what really counts. God found Daniel innocent. In fact, Daniel's name means God is my judge. When we allow God, when we allow God's judgment upon our lives, and God finds us innocent, it doesn't matter what others may say or do. And finally, this word comes from the book of Job. And it comes from Job chapter 5, and it says, "If you will, but who will answer you? Who will answer you in your time of testing, in your Kairos moment, when all of the world seems to be throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink? Who will be the one that rescues you?" Daniel believed in God, trusted God, and held steady. For Psalms answers this question of Job, Psalms 121, and it says, "I will lift mine eyes into the hills, from which comes my help." It's a question, where does our help come from? And it responds back by saying, "My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth." He will not let your foot slip. He watches over you and neither slumbers. Daniel found it that God was trustworthy. King Darius saw for himself how faithful God is for those who believe in God. Will God show up in our situations? Will God be there for us? I think so. If God was there for Daniel, God will be there for you and for me. Amen.